Hello there, and welcome to the Dungeon Spirit on Dungeon Pop. Today is Wednesday, which means that we get to have fun. All of us have had a hell of a long week, so we're just gonna have a good time tonight.
It's been 3 weeks since these characters have.
I know, it's been a minute. But before that, let me remind everyone who watches now and in the future that Melissa DMs Res Lore on Monday evenings at 7 p.m. Central. And we also have Patsy, who does Patsy Draws and Percy Helps on Thursday evenings. Currently, they are drawing each of the Res Lore characters with their partner Pokemon based on who would best fit that character. For example, Zenus from the Feywilds has Forgus, and then Piprin, who's a rogue, has Klefki to like pick the keys, you know, and then Caster, who is a bunny person, has Lopunny. Glimmer has Sableye because Sableye is all about gems and.
So did you just call it a Sableye?
Yeah, that's what it's called.
They're Sableyes.
Sableye.
No, not a Sable, a Sable. The worst thing about Pokemon is you try to talk to your friends about it, and since it's a written game, no one knows how to pronounce things.
Rayquaza.
Oh, no. The Rayquazas.
Where's the Quay? And then
Rayquaza, it's implied.
Lastly, we have Sulia, who is a wildfire druid, with Volcarona. They're all fitting, to say the least. Melissa doesn't get a Pokemon, unfortunately.
I get Shinx, it's fine.
It's a hidden shakes.
You're the unknown that's like secretly creating the world around us.
Yep. What is it in Arceus that did that?
Arceus.
Whatever. I don't care.
Arceus. You mean Arceus?
If you call it Arceus, we can't be friends, and I have to leave now, so... It's an Arceus.
I actually don't really pay attention to that anyways. So, but the one that made it there was one that it wasn't the whole point of the game. I don't know. I've only gotten like 3 matches
in. The title, titular character. Anyway, last time we were together, were at a fancy ball, a gala of sorts, with a spectral jazz band, some chill music, some really cool mystical fairy effects, and a lot of interesting characters abound. I also tried to do this roleplay initiative, but I'm not going to do that this week. So, it's up to the players to decide. What would you like to do? Oh yeah, Barutha is spinning Umbran at this time,
Yes.
saying, "Oh, you spin like doll!"
I'm having a great time. I was gonna go talk to Reginald about allies and whatnot, but then Baruth was like, let's dance, and Umbran's like, I can't say no.
You're actually being spun in lots of carries and lifts all around the fountain, just 360 movements,
I am
almost like
delighted.
a waltz.
This is the second purpose I was made for after being an assassin.
Was to look hot and dance.
Yeah.
And of course, Hecta had just finished up the peculiar Taroka readings for both Braenna and Moxie. Some interesting coincidences there. Vrexil, you'll notice that Egg ends his illusion and just ends up on this blue lounge chaise.
Oh, I suppose I can do boop that. Oh, why did it move again?
He did end his
Huh?
He stopped the invisibility.
Yeah, he just used it to get away and then sat on the whole
Gotcha. All right.
chaise there and is now eating some crumpets while reading through a encyclopedia. But yeah, Vrexil's flying around. Canari and Lena are walking to the drink table together. Approaching the drink table, by the way, you see Colonel and Reginald engaged in a conversation about how to bleach one's whites to maintain the purity of white.
God, that dad is so hot.
Yes. 3 quarts bleach, 1 quart vinegar. Vinegar, you don't say. I don't know if that would actually kill you or not. No chemists on our channel.
Please do not come to my DMs and tell me chemistry. I am not interested.
Exactly. So Canari and Lena, you approach the wine table. There's a spectral servant there who pours you both a glass of whatever you choose. Lena, of course, is gonna go with a nice rosé.
I didn't realize we had so many options.
Right.
I'm going through of like, what do I like, and versus what would Canari like? Oh, I think, yeah, Canari would just take a glass of Pinot Noir, or the equivalent of it. But just
So you like it dark? I like mine a little fruity.
Happy Pride Month.
Sorry, I need a moment.
I have to collect myself.
Lena says, but in a joking manner. You know that you kind of get that she's jokingly charming.
Right. I think Canari will laugh. And take a sip of the wine. As she does, what's going on with Zinnia?
Her and Rin are having a nice conversation over cups of tea. Tea with added spirits, of course, for the nice evening. Zinnia gives you a glance and then glances away.
Canari will use an action to mind link with Zinnia. Or she'll start just kind of talking with Lena about asking her backstory, where she's from, get her to talk more about herself so that it isn't weird when Canari's quietly having a different conversation.
Lena starts talking about the backwoods mountains that she was raised in, cutting wood with her father, an orc, while also killing bears with her bare hands with her mother, a human. And many tales of skinning the beasts and making sure that they used all the parts. And yeah, all that fun.
Cloud's not anywhere near them, are they?
No.
Okay, good. I think Canari's mind goes to like, oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. Yeah, I'll mind link with Zinnia, so she can talk back and just say, maybe in her mind, just say, so, what's all of this? What do you need to tell me?
Well, I was hoping that we could reconcile the fact that we might not have shared as much information with you in the previous, on the level 3 as we should have before we exited. We believed that we would be able to get to the gates and then share the information with you. So maybe we could speak, see what terms we can come to moving forward, maybe. And also, I need to talk to Vrexil, and I don't know how to approach it.
All right, give me a few minutes. And Canari will end the mind link with Zinnia.
Her tea is shaking. I have a teacup. I should just do it.
Oh no, not fully. I'll link up with. I'll mind link over to Julia or to Quentin. Just say, are they giving you any trouble?
Not anymore. He's gonna walk over to Canari.
Quentin, I'm sure you've talked a lot with Lena.
Lena? I suppose I have. Quentin. Don't be shy. We're best friends. And then Lena smacks his shoulder and says, "Oh yes, we're best friends." Well, Lena, how have you been? Oh, just being the liaison to the Team Giants and blah blah blah. And Quentin looks at you and winks and distracts Lena for a time.
Yeah. Canari, I think, very graciously would walk over. Julius was the one who was kind of being a snob to Quentin earlier, right?
A little bit. Julius is like I'm a gym bro and you're a twig.
You're a nerd.
And Julius is Team Phoenix's sponsor, right? Or a liaison?
Nope.
No.
Team Genie.
Genie.
That's why he's Nexus born in right now.
Gotcha. Okay, never mind.
Phoenix has the kobold, and
That's where Zinni is.
Nightwalker has the little gnome lady.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
The little gnome lady is actually currently choking out Tuk Tuk. Both her hands. Just throttling them.
Canari.
Fantastic.
She's my new grandma.
Canari instead, I think, would kind of, as the two of them are engaging, she kind of just pat Quentin on the back as she goes around and starts walking over past Reginald and Colonel, just says very polite, hello, hi.
They both do the same greeting back at you and then give each other a strange look. Yellow.
Oh, I'm interrupting something.
They both politely bow, but they're not into each other.
Yeah.
It happens all the time. No. Yeah, I think Canari is just doing her, much like how Umbran is able to kind of captivate. She's putting on a bit of a performance, just kind of trying to just not make a fool of Team Reaper as she goes over to Zinnia and Ren. Zinnia, it's so wonderful to see you again.
It's really good to see you too.
I absolutely.
Ren, can I talk to you later? Canari and I must have a private conversation. Ren just hooks,
girl talk.
Hooks her fingers together.
Okay.
And then
I think Canari would give a very polite curtsy.
Walking off, just like twiddling the fingers, hunched over.
Oh.
Walking to the ballroom floor.
I will
It was a really good cookie.
Yeah. I think as Canari sits down, she'll kind of flick her hand and cast a wall of privacy, just knowing that egg is right there.
And the wall of privacy goes down. No sound passes through. And you and Zinnia have a private moment.
I figured this would be a little bit easier than just sitting in silence.
That's true. Quite useful. I hear that many a cleric actually know the spell as a means to provide privacy for confessionals and their own prayer ceremonies and all that. I hope you're having a good time.
Zinnia, you're nervous. Okay, let's just set the teacup down. And she'll just she'll take she'll take Zinnia's teacup and just settle it down because it's been rattling and just go, look, you want to iron out specifics in terms of what level of information we need to share with one another?
I just felt guilty, you see.
It happens. None of us really knew that going through would mean all communication is cut off.
Right. But also the Vrexil thing. How do I approach it? How do I ask for company, a private, I don't know, private meeting on the balcony, or even one of the private lounges or something? It's just a place where we could talk without a time limit or anything.
Alrighty. I think Canari looks out and sees Vrexil just like flying through the air.
I would say, yeah, I just rolled. Vrexil is just like doing somersaults in the air.
Look at him. I can't not fuck him, she says.
Yeah, I think. Can I like figure out like, is she trying to like? Does she want a private moment to try and flirt, or is there some ulterior motive kind of going on?
Roll an insight check.
What dice do we think is gonna roll well? Oh, that's all right. 21. Or no, 23.
It seems like there's more than just a flirtatious desire. Sex. Just kidding. More than just romantic or intimate reasons.
Maybe something related to the gnomes then. Canari will mind link quickly with Vrexil and just say, just act natural.
Huh?
I guess. Oh God. Never mind.
Act natural, he's like, I am.
I should have just said what I needed to say. Zinnia wants to talk to you. I think there's some. She looks like she's trying to flirt with you. I don't know if you want to deal with that or if there's some other thing going on. It might have to do with something with the gnomes. Maybe she saw that you got a lot of books about gnomish history. That's all I can really get out of her right now, though.
At the mention of flirting, Vrexil just starts to like slowly disappear and then like has to stop like. When you mentioned the gnomes. Okay.
I
should I come over there?
She wants to go somewhere more private. Why don't you can bring her out to the balcony. I can cast a wall of privacy, or I could just stand. I might have a suggestion, or I might have a thing to keep everybody else distracted.
Okay.
Canari will drop wall of privacy and stand up, and put her arm through Zinnia's, and lead her over to wherever Vrexil ends up. If it's at the top of the stairs or.
Yeah. So, what are our options out of this room here?
Out of this room, you can return
just the balcony.
You can return to the foyer and head to a private lounge, or you can go to the balcony.
Yeah, we'll go to the balcony.
Zinnia's smile is nervous, yet I don't know, sweaty. Just a little sweaty.
Yeah, as Vrexil comes down, I think Canari will smile and say, "Well, I hear the balcony is lovely this time of year. Why don't you two head out that way and have a good time?" And as this is happening, I'm casting enhance ability on Vrexil and giving him Eagle Splendor.
Ooh. Alright.
All of a sudden, Vrexil slicks his hair back, and he's just like,
No, he doesn't. He has no idea.
Oh,
Well, I mean, he does, but
I mean, like the charisma just taking over.
I see.
Yeah,
It's
Canari is
unintentional, but it's unintentional,
I
but you
see.
just like, and it's perfect.
all of the grease kind of like. There's just a little bit of grease left of like kind of that devil may care sort of bad boy like nerdy guy I'm sure that Zinnia's going for.
Bad boy, nerdy guy.
Vrexil will, keeping in mind what Canari had cast earlier, will also cast Wall of Privacy behind us as we go out onto the balcony.
And
Does it move with you?
I'll put it like behind, like at the balcony entrance.
All right, I'm gonna move you to the balcony now
Cool.
because you'll be able to see it as you approach the little archway that exits out. Do you seize it?
It's loading.
ooh, yeah.
Empress is
Oh,
there.
okay. Oh wow. Okay. In that case, I'll go like over to.
Yeah. So as you do enter this space, you see Empress sitting on a large couch, just stretched out with a journal full of music notation. And this is where you also see Brentlock and Ilmar making out in the corner.
Yes, Vrexil's going to the other side over by
Classic.
the fire. And yeah, we'll just do like just kind of around us. Just I think, can you do that with Wall of Privacy? Do like the dome. Is that
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, do the dome.
The Dimmadome.
Yeah.
At the Dimmadome. Yeah. Dimma deals. Anyway. You are obscured from sight.
Oh, from sight as well.
Yep. Sight and
opaque, but into
sound.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. So a little while and just go. So what's going on? I'm glad you made it out here.
Oh, I am so glad you made it as well. I mean, we are the only two remaining gnomes in the competition, aren't we? So it would only make sense, since we're the only two gnomes left, that we could, maybe she steps a little closer to you and her hair just catches a breeze and her eyes sparkle with this green, almost luminescence. Her hands are just nervously just playing with each other. Well, if it's just us two left, I feel as though we have somewhat of a responsibility to tell each other our full names.
Sorry.
Appropriately timed.
Startled.
That's Vrexil just booking it out of there.
Yeah, right.
All of a sudden, a motorcycle just appears and Zinnia hops
Canari
on the
just
back.
hears alarm sirens going off in her head. It's just like the Kill Bill siren.
I know it's usually such a private matter, but it would be wonderful if we could just make sure that we had each other's full names.
Yeah. Can I insight check this?
Yeah.
All right. 10.
It's not like a gnomish ritual where if you tell each other your names in private, that.
I was gonna say he introduces himself with his full name every time.
Oh yeah, he does. but there's like a kind of like a special moment where it's not just telling names, but it's also telling maybe some reasons behind the names.
Okay.
And
Wow.
sharing and commiserating.
Okay. Understood. I guess we'll just go. Well, yeah. I guess it's nice to truly meet you. I'm Vrexil von Chomsky, Sagenstein McPuffet.
It was nice to meet you. How many names is that?
Just the 3.
Oh, I am Zinnia Staringale, Ulysses, Tuliplop, Aldophil Brumbley. Pleasure to meet you.
How many was that? 6?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 plus Zinnia.
Right.
So 6.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
She goes and grabs the balcony. I'm sure y'all were close enough, and she just looks out And she turns back a little bit. I'm sorry as well. Just, I didn't know if you were okay with being familiar like that. I was a little nervous.
I think this competition, it's a good opportunity to make people more aware of what it's like for us. I don't really feel like hiding that. You know, even if not everybody gets it.
Does your team get it? Do they know?
They know. I mean, that's why I'm here. It's to do with, you know, just trying to...
Do they know about the names?
Canari might have learned that. I don't know.
I haven't really told anyone on my team, but I've told them my wish, I suppose.
Do I know Zinnia's wish?
No, you do not.
I was gonna say, I don't think so, unless I just wrote it down somewhere and forgot. Well, I don't know how comfortable you feel sharing, but my wish is to try and build a library that has all of the written stories, texts, treatises, everything that's ever been written by or about gnomes. Just try and preserve that for perpetuity. That's why I'm here.
Right. Originally, my wish was for revenge. To find the thing responsible for what happened to our people. But I heard that you already might have taken care of that in a way.
It's kind of unclear. I mean, we did, but its presence here, it feels like that can't count. Like that.
It was too easy.
Yeah, it was way too easy, and the fact that it was brought here for this. I mean, I don't know enough about how this works. No, I feel like we encountered maybe something that was at least claiming to be responsible, but I wouldn't dare think that it's gone.
I mean, any fiend that is killed in a material plane is sent back to where it went.
Right.
So it could still be out there. But...
Yeah. But also, what does it mean to be killed in a demiplane of a... I don't know. There are too many factors.
Mm-hmm. I don't know much about this giant machine either, but what I do know is that I feel like you've already gotten that revenge for me in a way. And so now I don't know what my next wish should be. And that's what I wanted to ask you. If you could choose anything other than the one wish you had, what would you choose?
God.
You hear the voice of the queen, "Bring me back, you fool!"
You fool!
In my head, I can think of one particular nuisance I'd be glad to be rid of.
That is rude.
Vrexil.
I mean, of course, don't wish for like better shoes or anything for me.
No,
Wish
of
that
course
it
not.
benefits all of gnome kind.
Yeah, I would say... I don't know,
Well, you know what? Think on it. We still have a few levels to go, and maybe we'll make it there. Maybe we won't.
Vrexil will kind of, like, touch and tweak the arm and just sort of, like, settle it back on the shoulder, and the shoes will stop fluttering, and Vrexil will kind of sit on the edge now. It's like, oh. I think, selfishly, I don't know, there are things about myself that I would change. There are things about my family that I wish they could have had. But, I don't know, it's the whole great power, great responsibility thing, right? I think there was a book on that at one point, and, you know, if you're given that much to do.
Yeah. I have a theory about this place. Actually, would you mind hearing it? I could tell you.
Sure.
She just looks out onto this garden, this courtyard full of glowing blue trees and just this fantastical scene that doesn't seem real. And it seems to go on forever, but I mean, most people's eyes can only reach like 5 miles uninterrupted or whatever. So it's maybe it's 5 miles, maybe it's not. Who knows? Anyway, she looks at you and says, I think that no matter what the design of this was, no matter what it's supposed to be, I think it has ended up being this machine that refines the wishes of those who enter to the purest form. The further and further you get to the center, more pressure, just like a diamond turning from coal. And I think that we're not supposed to know what we truly need to wish for until we get close to it.
You start to find out what really matters when you're that close to death, or just kind of trails off. Yeah, I think you're right. We're gonna need to. We won't know until we say it out loud, I guess. But yeah.
No matter what,
I have thoughts.
I think that this dungeon sphere, whatever you want to call it, I think it's alive in its own way. It keeps giving us things that I don't know if I can explain. It's different than past seasons. There's almost a design to it that I'm not quite sure about yet. Why would you face the creature that cursed our people? How would they know?
I'm not sure. And what does it mean for them to be able to pull it here? And where does it go once it's gone? I don't know. I have a lot of questions, and maybe that informs the wish.
Yes. And how does it all connect to your friend Canari?
I don't think that's my story to tell exactly.
No. Well, anywho, she actually goes to kiss you on the cheek.
Freezes completely.
And then she says, I'm gonna get back to the party. Yeah. And then she sweeps by you and heads inside.
Vrexil's just gonna kind of remain lost in thought for a while on the balcony. And I will be right back.
All right. Meanwhile,
yes.
Who wants to go next? Just feel free to jump in, do whatever you want. Barutha stops suddenly. I'm hungry again. And she goes off and starts eating somewhere.
So where is, because like obviously Canari isn't there anymore, right?
Canari's in the top. Oh yeah. Canari is just around now.
She may be. She's trying to get the jazz band to play kind of like a ballad or something, and is just very. She's putting on a little like performance for everybody in the upper balcony.
Okay, so Moxie.
They start doing a jazz ballad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Canari's
okay, Moxie.
Ella Fitzgerald, like just. Yeah.
All right, sorry, Meg. What were you saying?
No, I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do.
Sure.
Someone else has something they can go.
I think Braenna would sort of nod at Hector and say, "Find me if you want a daft later." That was not her voice. Sorry. It's fine.
You've had some. No, you haven't yet. You're not drunk.
No. Find me if you want to dance later. I'm gonna get some food. Bye. And we'll go get more food.
All right.
Probably.
Are you gonna leap over the balcony, or are you gonna?
Yep. And
3-point landing.
yeah, over here. That table. Get a turkey leg.
Claude and Gil would have walked away by them. Unless you went over there to talk to them. I'm sorry.
No, I just picked a table.
Okay.
Got a turkey leg. Start nomming on that. Then maybe, I don't know. Braenna's as good at parties as I am.
You hear a little squeak at your feet.
Look down.
And it is a rat.
Run!
What are you doing here? This is a party for people, not for rats.
Hey, don't worry about him. That's Bartholomew.
Get out of there.
Why did you bring rats?
What do you mean, why did I bring rats? That's my rat. Why did you bring whatever that thing is? And he points at Umbran.
Oh my god.
Wow.
You mean
Minding my own business.
You mean Umbran, the guy that could mess you up if they wanted to?
Sure. Good comeback. He disappears and then reappears right at your side. And then he grabs a turkey leg. He like hops on the table and gets one hand on the turkey and then grabs the leg and then pulls it apart. And he just has
so
like
much
a
better than
turkey.
where I thought that was gonna
He
go.
just has turkey all over his hands and he lets the rat like off.
You're gonna take that other piece you touched too? Cause that's kind of gross.
Yeah. And don't worry about it. Look at those butterflies. And then some of the butterflies fly down at the turkey, swarm around it, and then it's completely back. Leg, bites, all back.
Brady's gonna try to catch a butterfly. She
You
wants.
go to catch a butterfly,
Yes.
and you would catch it very easily, except her hand just passes through it.
Ah!
Intangible.
Ah! I would like a butterfly to make me food all the time.
Yeah, that would be cool, wouldn't it? Well, my friend. What was it, Braenna?
Yes.
Tell me a story.
I work at the frickin' heck, I just completely lost the name of her thing.
I feel like this is exactly how Braenna would be in this situation. Are you okay?
I'm choking up a turkey, it's fine. I'm really choking on my
alright.
water, it's fine. She goes, I was working at my family's forge and making stuff and such, and then my brother got real sick, and then,
no, that's terrible to hear.
yeah, it wasn't good. It was not fun. But now he's in my amulet because he died, but then we brought him back.
That one?
Yes. She holds it, and it is in her hand now as this little thing is next to her.
I'm not gonna take it.
I don't know you very
and then
well.
the rat is like, Apparently the rat's name is Scrumptious now. And then the
Braenna looks at the rat like this. And its edge is this, and her eyes start glowing red.
The rat shrugs.
But yeah, we found him while we are here, weirdly. And his soul at least, so now we can hopefully bring him back. That's what I was here for, to bring him back.
All right.
What about you?
What about me? Nobody ever asks me.
You gotta be here. You gotta be here for a reason.
Yeah. Well, I just want to get rich. Tired of living on the streets. That's it.
That is a very boring story. I feel like you might have more.
Well, not really. I just been. Well, I mean, I did live in the Feywilds for a little bit.
The Feywild, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, before I was kicked out.
Wait, he got kicked. As you said, he got kicked out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. How you get kicked out of the Feywild? I thought they were all weird and stuff like you.
What do you mean? What do you mean about that? Weird like me.
Yeah, you're a very weird little dude. I don't feel like it's this is not a judgment on if it's a good or bad. It's just a thing. It is a true fact.
All right, I'll give it to you. Well, anyway, yeah, I was kicked out of the Feywild. Well, the world of Feywilds, all that stuff. Because you know that Queen Titania.
I do not.
Oh, anyway, she's a big queen lady, and yeah, I'm a little ashamed of this, so don't tell anyone.
Braenna looks around.
But
okay, I won't.
I went streaking through one of her regal balls.
I feel like that was a bad choice because queens don't usually like naked people that aren't there.
For it,
oh yeah, no, that's a bad choice. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not the smartest person, but I know that's a bad choice.
Yes, I was exiled. Yeah. And I think that my wish is gonna be so that I can get rich. Also, maybe go back to Feywild sometime, because I liked it there, but don't know how it's gonna work out.
Well, maybe you could, instead of wishing to be rich, because that's kind of boring, you could wish to make Queen Titania not be mad at you anymore.
I could do that. Right. Because the wish can do anything, can it? You know what? I owe you for that. Here, take this. And he gives you a potion.
Okay, cool.
There's an orange liquid inside, and there seems to be smoke filling the top of the container.
What does this do?
I don't know. I just picked it up somewhere.
Okay. Braenna, put it in.
It is a potion of fire breath. You just don't know it yet.
Neat. I will figure it out. Well, thank you very much.
You did one of those like NPC dialogue things where at the end of the dialogue you got like
a thing.
Gift.
Look at me, I'm cool.
It's a thing that happens in D&D all the time. You know what? You're all right. Thanks for letting me talk. Usually people are like, "Oh, look at him. He's got frayed toes. He doesn't want to hang out with me." Or they don't want to hang out with me.
Isn't that like the whole?
And then the rat comes up and starts patting his head.
Isn't that like the whole point of this, to like talk to people and stuff?
Yeah, but people don't like rats. But I'm not gonna leave my best friend,
Well, yeah, you shouldn't do that. That's why I have Andrew with me all the time, because he's my best friend.
Yeah, and I have to keep Scrumptious away from a lot of people because he's gonna steal everything if he gets his chance.
You should get a cute little leash for him so he can't go too far and steal stuff.
That's also a good idea.
I agree.
I'll think about it.
It doesn't even have to be. It doesn't even have to be like a sad leash. It can be a fun one. It got little polka dots on it.
Yeah, like that. And then he walks away and jumps into the fountain and starts swimming around.
What a goober!
Brendy runs to the side and starts yelling at Bartholomew to get out of the mountain. Tuk Tuk takes his chance to escape and teleports up to the second balcony and goes and runs over to Hector. He's about to do something crazy, but something wild, but Hector holds up a finger Little one, do you want your fortune read? Yeah, I do. And then she distracts him for a bit. And that's that.
Very cool. I have done a thing. Somebody else's turn.
You can feel free to do scenes together. You can grab whoever you want.
Yeah. Okay. So Moxie would like to talk to Quentin, preferably without other people. So that's what she's trying to do. She's gonna like weirdly sidestep around the band and look like she's getting a drink, and then like weirdly just come up here because she doesn't know how to enter conversations and kind of laugh with them even though maybe they're not laughing. And then she'll be like, "Can I talk to you for a second?"
As you walk in and you start laughing, Lena's like, and that's when I said goodbye to my grandfather.
What a good story. Anyway, Quentin, can I talk to you?
Moxie, yes, you can. Anytime.
Okay.
Goodbye, Lena.
Yep. Thanks. And
Lena
she's just
starts
gonna like weirdly
grumbling
pull
a
away.
little bit.
Canari
What do you
immediately
mean?
starts.
What is the meaning of this?
She just like weirdly pulls him this way and then like runs from Canari and then out the balcony.
Canari
Just
serenades
pulling
Lena as they're walking away.
What is? He's like skipping a little bit as you're pulling him too fast.
Yeah. Well, that's. Whoops, I moved stuff. Sorry.
To the balcony. There's also private lounges.
Yeah, but this is right here, and Moxie hasn't gone anywhere else yet. She doesn't know what's happening. Also, now that she gets to see that Brentlock and what's her name are making out, and she's gonna be like, "I have so much gossip," which is really all I wanted.
When you get there,
Oh, okay.
Lamar is actually leaving.
Okay. Moxie's trying to figure out what was happening. That's really what's happening. She'll figure it out later. She gets
Empress is
distracted.
asleep with the book on her face.
Sweet. Moxie's gonna just set them down here on this couch. She'll just like push him to sit down, and then sit down next to him. And
This
then
is a
also...
massive couch, by the way.
Yeah, that's fine. She's gonna sit directly next to him and then cast Wall of Privacy.
Everyone careful.
This is like rename the episode "The Wall of Privacy."
Wall of Privacy.
What is the meaning? What is the meaning of this?
Shush. Okay, so here's the deal. I will tell you. You don't need to freak out. I have a couple things for you to do on the outside.
Okay.
And I didn't want anyone else to hear. And also, or
Am I allowed to
no,
ask questions?
Sometimes, but I don't know. Yes?
When is sometimes? Yes?
Now,
Okay, I will ask questions anytime I have one.
Okay. Do you have one right now, or?
No.
Oh, okay. So, can you do a couple things, or like, I don't know, you have like minions or something? I don't really know how you work.
I am the minion.
Okay, well, get some minions, and would you please get a note, or, I don't know, like, pretend there's like a fake disaster happening, but could you just get Hawkins to like, just be safe?
Yes, I will tell Hawkins to be safe.
Yeah, but like, really be safe. Like,
Is this because of that damn church?
yeah. That bitch is insane. I stole her hat, and that fraud thing has to be a lie.
Oh, it might not actually be a lie. The church is sort of like that, but...
Okay, so, but look, I know I'm not the best at words or smart things, but
Yes.
just hear me out. That's rude, first of all. Second of all, you could like at least be kind of nice.
I'm agreeing with you!
Anyway, I don't think that that's the whole thing. Like, if she was really that in on it, would they have sent her into a place where she could die? Like, I know they're probably, like, you know, they think a lot of themselves, but I don't think they think that much of themselves to put someone in a position to die. And she seemed like she thought she was really in on things.
Or that's only what she thought? Or maybe
That's insane.
she was here to assure that something would happen.
Yeah, they want me to die. That's what they want to happen. I mean, that's obvious.
Why do they want you to die?
Because then Canari will be sad, and then she'll bring in the Dreaming Dark or some shit. I don't know, man.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you not watch the fucking streams? I guess maybe they don't show those parts. Huh.
There are quite a few things that aren't streams.
Yeah, but wouldn't you have to know about how does this work? What help are you? I know you're helpful.
Moxie, are you okay?
No.
All right.
I'm agitated.
Yes, I can tell. Is this the first time that you're expressing these feelings to somebody?
I mean, normally I'm just punching people.
All right, and
I express my feelings all the time. It's just through punching.
Yeah, I am very emotionally here all the time. It's just in my fists, but then I can't do that right now. I mean, I probably could find somewhere or something to punch that like wouldn't hurt me, but I don't. It's the one time that I feel like punching wouldn't solve the problem. I'm very angry about that too.
I believe that is called growth.
I'm not a plant.
You know what that is? It's for
not true.
If so, to recap from what I've gleaned, from what I've gathered, the church that Normak was part of bought up all of the lands below the dungeon sphere, and we're trying to blow up the dungeon sphere to destroy the lands and then get the insurance payout from all of that destroyed property. So tax fraud.
Yeah,
and of course, if they have an in with Scry Vision, then they wouldn't show those parts to the public.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I don't think that I'm that important, right? Like, I'm out here, I'm having a good time. I came here because Canari was coming here, but, like, why would you go through all that process to, like, pay someone to have a baby for insurance fraud? Like, it just seems like, on the whole, I don't know a lot about fraud or money, but I feel like the setup doesn't add up to the total sum of money.
Well, I think there is a prophecy about the Kalashtar gate to the Dreaming Dark. It has come up and such. But the prophecy does say that the gate will have a protector.
Yeah, I've already established that's me.
Yes. But you're also the one that, if you die, would cause Canari to potentially open the gate because lose control, right? So who's to say that the church attempting to who's not to say, that's what I should, who's not to say that the church's intervention in this prophecy to bring you into the fold didn't unintentionally fulfill the prophecy of giving the gate to Guardian? Fate. So if you were,
I just want you to do research. I don't even care.
Oh,
to be
okay.
honest.
I thought this was a little bit of a therapy session too.
No, I just need one.
Not qualified,
I need
but
Hawking to be protected because
Yes.
I would be really sad and probably punch you specifically if something
Okay.
were to happen to him.
Mhm.
And I can't get messages to him, which is very frustrating. Anyway,
Yes.
old people, you know. And the other one is that you should probably just look into the church more and maybe, like, I don't know, see what Normock's doing. I'm pretty sure she's going to be really angry. And also probably lead to other things. That's all. I just don't believe her in the slightest. And I'm going to sell her hat.
Oh, right. I will do everything that you asked of me. I also just want to explain that maybe even if you are all these other things, you're always going to be Moxie, the annoying, irritating, brutish Moxie.
I hate you.
And I just hope that comforts you.
I hate you so much.
But at the end of the
I
day,
have to ask you to help.
I'm sorry.
That one guy is so cool. I wanted to be nice to you.
Julius.
You're just making it so hard. Yeah, did you see his cool scarf thing? God, what style.
Yes, everybody loves Julius so much. Quentin bursts out of the wall of privacy and starts essentially just speed walking away.
And Moxie just laughs because he was being mean.
As you leave the wall of privacy,
She's, like,
Empress is
grumbling.
sitting up in the couch, intently staring at at you as you leave the wall of privacy.
Hey, Empress, what's up?
Everything all right?
You like me, right? You think I'm cool? I'm not a brute. Nah. Just gotta go find a lady about a hat deal now, so.
Elomar walks over and starts making out with Empress. Rex, what are you doing?
Vrexil has started doodling on a sheaf of paper some runes, kind of his mind piqued by the conversation with Zinnia, and is combining. He's writing out the beginnings of a spell, taking some parts from other spells that he knows to just see, like, would this work?
All right. Back to the ballroom. Umbran, it's your turn.
Yes, it is. After. So Umbran is heading over to talk to our favorite dad, whose name I know.
Reginald?
Reginald.
Umbran, my boy!
Do you mind if I cut in and I'll hold my hand out to Reginald in the would you like to dance style?
Reginald takes it. These old bones need a good shake every now and then. Colonel, I'll talk to you later.
Do not know much about bones, but I will take your word.
They're just like branches, but on the inside.
I do not know much about branches. I feel like we've gotten lost in translation somewhere. Perhaps we start over. How was your experience in the last... Is this one Ring's voice? I don't remember. How was your last experience in the level 4?
Oh, yes. We fought Team Dragon, and then we, the extent of the surrender, and they left. Easy peasy. Squindon did great.
I'm glad to hear. It's always wonderful when new recruits work out. I wouldn't know. We haven't had any new recruits. We've been rather fortunate with our retention so far.
Reginald gives like a little bit of like a downward glance.
Oh, my apologies. I'd forgotten. How is your team coping without him?
Well, Squindon has promised that his wish would be to bring back my missing son. So.
Oh, that's so sweet. Had he not his own wish when he came in?
He did. But he changed it. But, I mean, wishes are fickle, aren't they? Change on but a whim. Now, what dance are we doing?
Do you specialize in any dance? I would hate to step on your toes.
Have you heard of the Eros Shuffle?
have to leave now.
To the right.
Guiding bolt just shoots out. No, not even that. Booming voice comes out.
No.
Sorry, Reginald, this is for the best. And I inflict wounds.
No,
I'm proficient in most styles of dance. Unfortunately, I have not heard of the arrow shuffle.
jokes aside.
Classically trained.
Classic.
I would say that's pretty classic.
At this point.
At this point. Let me double check on
Of course.
I'm checking on something. This is my brain music for when I'm trying to get to the thing I
Enter
need.
the gladiators.
Oh, well, I too am quite proficient in most dances.
Well, why don't you lead and I'll follow?
Don't mind if I do. And he takes you, spins you, and dips you. And his sparkling salt and pepper face looks down at you, and like everything pauses, and there's sparkles in the air. And then he lifts you up, and then it's kind of like a little bit of a swing.
Oh, I love swing dance.
Not quite the indie hop, Lindy hop, whatever it is. A smoother, less bouncy sort of movement.
Yes.
Did you want to talk about something?
Yes, that is why I've come here. I was hoping to continue our partnership. I did not know if new alliances were going to be forged. I just wanted to make sure that we were all still on good terms with each other. I fear I've seen Canari speak with Zinnia, and I do not know how that will impact our contract with Team Phoenix, especially now that the teams are smaller and there are more chances of running into each other in the dungeon. This is the calm before the storm, typically, to forge new relationships just so the masses can watch us break them in later episodes, seasons, levels, floors of the dungeon.
I assumed that carrying on our treatise was assumed. So, good news. We are still on your side.
Wonderful.
He'll prestidigitate some sparks to celebrate.
Any fireworks?
But now let me ask you something.
Of course.
He will spin you a little bit. Who do you choose? Us or Team Phoenix? Because it might boil down to a choice.
Technically, we have a contract with Team Phoenix, but contracts are easy enough to breach when you know how. My team cares deeply for your team, and I agree with the rest of them. We don't want to see any harm come to you or your family. Your stakes in this competition are much higher than others, since again, you are all family together, but you are our family as well. You have Scorndon after all.
Right.
You will always be our first choice.
It's reassuring to hear. Especially considering that they were the winners of last year.
Yes, I thought they would have made it through the levels a little quicker than they had, but complications, I guess. I hear that their leadership is up in the air.
What do you mean leadership?
Well, Brent Locke, he's a hotshot sorcerer as they are, thinks he's leading this team, but Zinnia is the brains behind it all.
Well, I mean, the best leader allows each of the team members to use their strengths.
Which I don't think Brent Locke has it in him. He seems a little too selfish to lead a team.
Well, you've seen Zinnia's brilliancy, correct?
I have. Quite a strategist, her.
Yeah. And they
I'm
made
not
it through
worried
the
if
last level, didn't they?
They did. I'm not worried about having to fight Team Phoenix. They seem to be a little scattered.
Right. Well, hopefully you meet them on a good day, then. Now, Umbran, I have a question for you.
Yes. How do I spell my own name? I'm trying to take notes while I do this, and I'm all like, nope, that's not it. Wait, no.
That means that if we somehow encounter Team Phoenix on the battlefield and they refuse to move along, that your team won't be upset if we end up having to defeat Team Phoenix?
No, you'd be doing us a huge favor, truly.
Oh, would we? Okay.
But again, your safety matters more to us than broken alliances.
Right. Well, may the two teams end up in the final bout together. A race as opposed to a battle. As opposed to a war. That seems more elegant to say.
We would be honored.
Wonderful.
Now, if you excuse me, I have to go check on my degenerates. They've been jumping off of things and running in the halls. I'll brush myself off and go to reconvene with my teammates.
All right. So you see Braenna first.
She is nomming on the entire turkey at the moment.
You have turkey juice running all over you.
That's okay, we've got magic. It can fix that, I've heard.
You couldn't even try to use a napkin? They're everywhere.
Ah.
And you're covered in rat fur?
Oh, it was Bartholomew's little scrumptious.
He ate the rat.
No, the rat's name was Scrumptious.
Your name's a rat, Scrumptious.
Bartholomew, apparently.
Oh god, what is happening?
I don't know. What is the... I'm not sure what the issue is. I apologize.
Nothing. Carry on, I suppose.
Braenna carries on, eating turkey.
Because there's a ballad going on, more people are joining the dance floor, taking the opportunity to let the melody flow through their bones. Egg and Tuck are dancing in the corner.
Tuck.
Did I just hear a cat?
Roxy wasn't impressed. Okay.
So yeah, Braenna, Umbran.
Knock it off. Yes.
And Vrexil, are you still on the balcony?
For a bit longer, I would think.
Alright.
Should we go grab everyone else to dance? Make a good showing of it at least?
It feels like people are doing that, yeah. I'm not good at that, though, by the way.
We'll just have to find someone equally not as good as dancing. You'll cancel each other out.
Okay. So then we can just step on each other's feet instead of other people's.
Yes.
You see, you look across the dance floor, and the only person that seems to have two left feet out of all of them is Scorndon.
You want to go take your cousin to prom?
I'm pretty sure Bartholomew has 2 left feet if you can get him out of the fountain.
Moxie, you burst out of the hallway that leads to the balcony, and you see Canari still wrangling with the jazz band, I think, or something.
Yeah, Moxie's really angry and she's just stomping. She's gonna go find that lady to sell a hat, and she just kind of waves at Canari and then continues stomping.
Yeah, mid-ballad, as Canari is, like, singing along to, like, the jazz band. She kind of makes, like, is wide-eyed as Moxie walks through.
Oh, we have
She's mumbling something about being not a brute all of the time.
we moved rooms again, Dev.
Yeah. I just rearranging.
What do we mean, lady to sell a hat?
Oh, I might just give it to her, but I gotta go find a lady about a hat.
You actually see this lady that you're going to sell the hat to walk into the ballroom.
Oh, Ilaria.
Yeah.
Switch hats with Ilaria, yeah.
Yeah, so Moxie will go ahead and head towards Ilaria, I guess.
All right. So back to Braenna and Umbran.
Mm-hmm. So who?
You all noticed. Sorry. You all noticed that the liaisons all leave the room.
Oh.
Or,
Is this suspicious?
what?
Did they leave suspiciously?
Yeah. No, it was pretty. They were pretty open about it. They were all laughing and.
It was Quentin laughing, or does he look like he hates being here?
Still looks really
Quentin
bad.
looks like he hates being here, but that's not suspicious whatsoever.
Do they all check their pagers at the same time? Like,
We gotta go.
Yeah.
Late for the meeting.
All the watchers. Oh yeah. So, what would you two like to do, or anyone?
I mean, I have another scene if we want to do my other scene.
Do your scene, but rope Braenna into it.
Oh. Yeah. Braenna, come do
Wait,
my
what?
scene with me.
Braenna, like, hand out to the table as you drag her somewhere.
I need you to talk to Egbert, which I assume is his full name.
Eggward or Eggworks?
Like the name Edward, but his nickname's Egg, so he must be Egbert.
Eggward. All right.
I think Eggman would be better.
As I go, I assume it's like a minute walk across the ballroom. I'm going to take out a vial of a very dark liquid out of like the back of my bow, and I'm gonna smash it on the ground and cast Quizby's Convenient Cloud as I walk. So like dark clouds start rolling around my feet as I continue forward. I'm gonna go over to Tuck Tuck and Egg.
Yeah, you just sort of glide along the floor as this cloud surrounding your feet. And Braenna, you're moving along.
Am I supposed to?
well.
Is this supposed to be a scary thing? Should I put my helm on? Turn my eyes on?
No. I need to talk to Tuck Tuck.
Talk talk.
I need
Okay.
to talk to Tuck Tuck.
What do you want?
Tuck Tuck, you were interested earlier. Is it in flying or just in Vrexil's chair?
Do you want the honest truth?
I want you to tell me what I want to hear.
It was flying.
Yes, that's what I assumed. Would you like to dance?
Yes.
I will take his little cobalt hands and I will motion for him to put his feet on top of my feet, and we are going to dance up in the up above everyone with my convenient cloud.
Egg rushes up to Braenna.
Your friend stole my my dance partner.
I can be your dance partner if you want. Look, my feet are bigger than yours.
That's okay.
You could just put your feet on mine and then we can just walk around. It'll be funny.
No, you have the stink of an evil person on you.
Well, that seems
And then he
rude. Brain's gonna grab him.
Yes. Ah,
We're gonna
What
dance,
do you-
damn it!
what do
We
you-
are dancing.
What do you want?
I thought we were gonna dance.
Okay, I'll dance with you.
Thank you. And Braenna will dance with Egg for a little bit.
Egg, what is your dexterity?
How's Vrexil doing?
I assume fine?
Okay.
Why? Braenna's gonna look Egg in the eyes. You can talk to me if you want, it's fine. Tell me what's up, because I can maybe help.
No.
But why not?
Let's just dance. Because it's a personal matter.
Well, you know, you leave personal matters inside like that, they're just gonna explode and it's not gonna be good for anyone.
But let's just say that your teammate Vrexil is my nemesis.
A menace? But like...
Nemesis!
Nemesis. Oh. Well, you know, a nemesis doesn't have to...
That is?
Braenna is going to grapple a little harder.
She dips in but smacks his head on the floor.
And
team is full of bullies.
And says, you know, a nemesis can be a good thing if you allow them to push you to do better. You don't have to push them down to make yourself be better.
Egg looks at Vrexil with dreamy eyes. Start singing my nama. Musical cutscene.
Because you know what, when you try to push other people down to try to make yourself seem better, you know what it does? Makes everyone else think you're less.
I am powerful.
You can be powerful without putting other people down.
You'll rule the day.
Also, you can roll me a persuasion check.
Persuasion? I'm super good at that, guys. Ooh, 17.
Ooh.
Maybe I'll consider what you said. Only if you put me down.
Because, you know, it's a lot funner to hang out with people when they aren't trying to be mean to other people. And Braenna will do a little flippy with him and have him land on his feet about 5 feet away.
You see him like wipe away a tear from his eye, and then he turns and scurries away from you.
I'll say at that point, that's when Vrexil walks in, and then has to do the like, whoa.
Yeah, rushes past you onto the balcony.
Tears in his eyes, they're sparkling as he goes.
Braenna will go up to Vrexil. Did you know he thinks you're his nemesis?
Yeah, I think I've been called a know-it-all sometimes. You know.
I think I fixed him, though. It's fine.
Oh, did you? he looked great.
This is a lot of fun.
Yes, isn't it? You can't. Can you not fly, Tuck Tuck? On your own?
No, I can't.
I heard there are some kobolds born with wings.
There are. I'm not one of the gifted.
No, that's unfortunate.
I can do other stuff though.
Would it be odd if I asked you what your wish was?
My wish. Do you really want to know?
Of course I do. Why would I ask you to dance?
Are you gonna make fun of me?
No.
Okay. I'll tell you.
He motions for you to lean down.
Yeah, we are having this conversation.
So you can whisper in your
very,
ear.
very close.
Mm-hmm. You get real close so that you can whisper in his ear, so that he can whisper in your ear, and then he belches.
I feign then I drop him and I grab him by the end of his tail. You know, so inconsiderate. Here I am trying to have a good time.
Everyone's looking over, stopping their dancing as this is happening. But
and then I throw him back up and I catch him back in like a dance pose.
They all realize it's Tuk Tuk and they look away.
Oh.
You know, I don't care. But I need to know, how can you talk to my frog? No one else knows that he speaks.
No one?
No one. It's the best kept secret in the dungeon sphere. But how
Is it?
do you know?
How do I know? I don't know. I just woke up one day able to talk to small animals.
No. No, you didn't. Because Vrexil is a gnome who can talk to small animals, and my good friend Vrexil doesn't understand your own. Why don't you be honest with me? Or I could drop you. For real this time.
All right. I'll tell you. My wish. I wish that I could have a circus. That I could own and operate an entire circus. And I want a bunch of animal performers.
That's a wonderful wish.
Yes. Well, not just animal performers, but also all sorts of performers. But it'll be my circus. We'll travel across the world and take over.
Take over what? Going to conquer the world with a circus.
Yeah.
You know that's not realistic, right?
I can always try.
You can certainly
Okay,
try.
true.
This doesn't answer my frog question as I
Oh,
go to
yeah.
drop him again.
Have you ever met a hag?
Yeah, very good friends with a hag, I say as I reach behind into my boat and I pull out Gorgatula's plush.
Oh no. Oh. No. He
I
pulls
guarantee
out.
one of us is better friends with a hag than the other as I like string it up and make it dance.
He pulls out a doll, but this one is actually
Oh, is it the other
a much
witch?
larger version,
Oh, no.
much uglier. It is an honest hag.
Honest. We gonna hag fight? Are we gonna summon our hags to duel?
He has a honest hag plush.
Well, maybe we should be better friends.
Maybe we're more alike than we could ever have imagined.
Maybe. Well, I didn't come here just to bully you. I came here to ask you to keep it a secret.
I will keep it a secret.
You promise?
As long as you keep the secret of my hag friend.
Yes. I'm gonna make him pinky swear me.
He pinky swears.
All right. I will come back down and with a flourish, I will set us both back on the ground.
And then he scurries and jumps into these flowers.
Oh, what a wonderful dance. Who else is there?
Where did Zinnia end up?
You don't see Zinnia.
I think Braenna is going to cut in with Gale. Try to. Hey, can I
dance with Gale?
Yeah.
Braenna! She gives you like this quick hug and lifts up one of her legs, and then some birds fly out of her sleeves.
Braenna will kind of quickly glance to the colonel. Mind if I cut in?
I don't mind at all. I need to rest these weary joints of mine. He seems a little wine drunk. And then he stumbles around and just starts walking away.
So Braenna will just dance with Gale for a while.
So you dance with Gale. She says, "Of all the people at this party, why would you come dance with me?"
She kind of looks back at Colonel. Thought maybe you could use a better dance partner.
Oh, I mean, he was stumbling all over the place. But it does mean a lot, no matter what. Now, how are you?
Oh, I'm pretty good. I had some turkey. It was pretty delicious.
You actually have a little bit, right? And then she reaches in and just brushes off a little bit of turkey that was at the corner of your mouth.
Oh, thanks. I sometimes forget little pieces. Also, I can't do the magic that makes it go away. So, Umbran said something about napkins, but that seemed like, I can just eat it. It's fine.
Yeah. I mean, it's much more practical to just wipe it off instead of wasting some napkins.
Exactly.
She'll use her druid clef to pull out a little seed and make it open up, and a little bit of plants come out. But then it keeps growing a little bit, and it becomes this small little daisy flower. And she puts it somewhere on, like, wherever. So you're wearing your suit, so if there's a pocket or something, she'll
the
slide
pocket's
it in
got the portable hole pocket square in it. So yeah, but there's plenty of space in the front.
Ah, that's right.
Yeah.
She puts her finger into your pocket square and it like disappears, which is like, what?
I think it has to be open for to let people in. But yes, it would fit there. Oh, thank you very much.
Funny.
Welcome.
It's one of my favorite flowers.
Mine too. Stop. It's wonderful.
I agree.
Can I tell you something?
Yes.
I regret ever coming into the dungeon sphere. I've lost my brother. I've had not a very calming experience. And I feel as though I've had years worth of nightmares already prepared and everything, and just but there's one thing that has made it all better.
Braenna.
As you're just I'm picturing you two just like going back and forth from foot to foot. Just prom dance. Your team has been really wonderful.
You guys have been good partners too.
Thank you. And if I'm honest, it's always been nice seeing you every once in a while.
Braenna says, "It's good to see you too, Gale. You know, I lost my brother, that's why I'm here."
Right. We are both going through a similar thing. And I suppose...
It's not fun. I know.
Yeah.
Braenna, like, puts her, so they're, like, I don't know how... Braenna's probably short. Well, let's see. Braenna's...
You're definitely shorter.
Shorter. But yeah, Braenna will put her, like, arms around the hips.
Gale just squeezes you in tight. And there's some tears dripping from her face now that she's starting to think about her brother.
Braenna's like, "It's okay to be sad, you know."
I know. I let myself be sad. Don't worry. But Sometimes I wish that other people on my team were also okay with being sad. I feel like I'm the only one actually grieving, and everyone else is so laser focused on the end. She just starts crying a little bit harder, and then she wipes her tears away, and she says, "I'm sorry. I'm gonna
Braenna
go freshen up."
Braenna hold her hand and bring her to up on the balcony. Okay. We don't have to. It's fine. It's fine.
Just go and just up on the balcony and just like look over and talk.
Yeah, and maybe like sit on the chair.
Right. Let's go take a break, everybody.
Yes.
And then we'll continue. Actually, what we'll do is we'll say that night 1 will come to a close. And then when we return, it will be day 2. Unless there's anything else that you want to do, but also you have an entire day to also have this party with everybody.
So we know we're going to see them the next day?
Yes.
Okay.
Nobody's leaving.
Well, then Moxie would have just stormed off probably like to bed. She's just very
okay.
Quentin.
Colonel's going to stumble off to bed.
She'll bring the hat out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, we will be back in like 12-ish minutes.
Something like that.
Bye.
And we are back. We had just left off with everybody sort of getting some moments to interact, figure out more about the other teams.
Also, I forgot to mention, I 100% have Scrumptious with me right now. He's wearing a crown. He's very cute.
Scrumptious, it's you! Alright. I don't know why I did this. I'm just... So it is not an early morning because you get to sleep in, even though time doesn't exist here. You still get as much sleep as you desire, need, and or want. And you all have your own little suites, as does each team. So you can feel free to do whatever you would like in the morning. There is a big tray. What are the bus tray, busing tray, or whatever? It has a bunch of different breakfast items of rich quality caviar and little breads that you can dip in shit, and like lots of nice cheeses. Just a whole spread of just decadent breakfast items available for you.
Braenna definitely empties that cart.
Empties it.
Yes.
You all are able
Moxie
to
will
get your
grab
fill.
some later. Hang on, I'll be right.
You all get your fill.
And then we'll start. Do we want to make a game plan before we go? Was there anything we needed to do today, or are we just chatting with people again?
Has anyone checked in with Team Phoenix yet?
No, I talked with Gail. She's cool.
Zinnia and I had a conversation. She wanted to check the terms of how they felt that they weren't able to tell us as much information as they could have on level 3 due to the communication being cut off prior to level 4.
I mean, it does that every level, though. That's not new information.
Well, we were able to talk to them after they had passed through on levels 2 and going into 3. It was level 3 to 4 was unique.
Was it?
It was, based on my memory.
Everyone was put into a holding pattern in their time bubbles.
I don't remember. Umbran remembers. I don't remember. That's so long ago.
You hear the door at the far end of your suite open and shut, and the familiar clop clop of Quentin's feet.
Quentin's not a horse. Question mark.
Nobody wears little horseshoes on his feet
No,
where he goes.
His feet are actually size 13, and he's like 6 foot
Oh, he's got
1
little
or something.
feet.
So his feet just hit solid.
Yeah, he's just got a guy behind him with coconuts.
Yeah, exactly. So
He's
anyway,
getting some minions.
oh,
All
are we
of his
having a
shoes are
strategy
wooden.
meeting?
Yes.
A little?
Moxie's just glaring.
That's always
Yeah,
a good thing to do.
Umbran's got an eyebrow raised. Like, are you included in this?
Well, I mean, if I could offer a suggestion,
I feel like you do it regardless.
it might be a good idea to take stock of everything you have and make plans. Make sure that everyone has the best equipment and stuff on them, and maybe make plans as to when you'll use it or how or such. Many of the other teams are actually doing this over breakfast.
Braenna was like, oh, I almost forgot. I got this potion. And she holds it up. I'm not sure what it does. I got it from Bartholomew. I'm a little worried, but I think it probably won't hurt.
I'll check it for you.
Okay.
I
do that.
open the bottle and I just stick my finger in it. That's a potion of fire breathing.
Cool. Okay. Neat.
I put my entire backpack into my very large bow behind me, so I have all my everything I need. Like, pull out my whole book. Put the book back in.
The book seems to, like, undulate underneath the cover.
It does that, don't worry. It's a normal cursed book thing that happens.
Yeah, have we talked about that yet?
Like writhing flesh.
No.
Um,
I've been ignoring it.
You also have other items such as the Magnificent Mansion Scroll.
I thought we sold that.
No, yes, we sold that.
Yeah, I mean, we did our.
Oh, you entirely sold it.
It
You
was a lot
sold
of
it.
money.
You sold an opportunity to just have an extravagant night's rest.
It was a lot of
What
money.
would you call this, Quentin?
Yeah.
I mean, in the middle of
They give these
danger.
out freely to us. It takes a full
No.
hour to cast. It's not even like we could do it in the middle of combat when it would be needed to get away from something.
I suppose.
You know what I can do in the middle of combat is bring out a goat of terror. So I think
Yes.
it's money well
You
traded.
do have all those. But, I mean, you each know what everybody else has, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I have a gift. And Quentin sets down a box of chocolates. It is heart-shaped.
Are these for eating right now, or are they
Look
special?
At
No,
Canari.
do not open these right now. Or do not eat these right now. These are a box of Fey chocolates.
And what purpose do they serve?
Many a purpose. First, the deception of getting them under someone's radar, making them eat it, and then having one of the effects occur. Random effects, depending on the flavor. But I'm sure your friend Vrexil there will be able to tell you more of the specifics.
Where did you
Our
acquire
friend
these?
Just consider them my little token of sponsorship for your team.
And where did you acquire these, Quentin?
Now that I do not have to answer.
Are you going to be helpful or not? I
Very
don't understand
nice,
what
Quentin,
ploy
thank
you're
you.
trying.
I'm not playing. I'm not trying any ploy. I am merely granting you a gift that might be useful, that has ascribed meaning. Is that not enough for you, Umbran? Adjust his glasses.
I trust you as far as I can throw you.
To be honest, if it was Braenna, that would be very far.
Yes, which is why it is not a compliment, it is an insult. If you're not going to be helpful and work with the party, throwing random pastries on the table is not necessarily helpful.
Pastries.
But they're Fae pastries, so
The Fae are famous for wicked tricks that will steal your soul.
Yes,
Or
but this is to
imprison
be
you
used
for
on-
life. Or turn you into a plant.
yeah, but we don't eat them.
Quentin gets flustered and quiet.
You can be helpful and join in with the team, or you can try to be mysterious and otherworldly. You can't
Canari?
do both.
Can Canari
can
roll
do
an
both.
insight check on Quentin? I'm assuming he
Yes, you
wants us
may.
to use these
On other
on the
people,
teams
right?
while they're still here, while we have the ability to talk to them. It's a 14.
You get the sense that this was a gift. You're not really understanding like what he's trying to say you should do with them. But if you do say you want us to use these on the other teams here, he'll object and say no, just whenever they're useful in the dungeon sphere, the greater beyonds. If you use them here, they will instead rebound on you.
Well, I can pull up my magical hole and we can put them there for now, so they're safe, and then we can use them later. Is that
Let me
plan?
excuse myself before you pull out your magical hole.
Wow.
Again, not helping.
First you insult me, then you insult
Braenna-
What's next?
Braenna pulls
Quentin?
out her pocket square and chucks it against the wall. That hole, Quentin.
It just. And then there's a big hole.
It's a hole
I
that
thought
can
you were
put.
throwing at him.
No.
We put Quentin in the timeout hole.
That hole. We can put it in there. They'll be safe. We'll use them, and thank you.
There is one other thing.
Okay.
The liaisons and I were brought into a meeting together.
Are
Oh, is that what you
fired?
went all willy-nilly earlier yesterday?
Yes. There is a twist.
It's always
Of course,
a
there's a
twist.
twist. What's the twist?
Each of the surviving teams gets to choose one of the defeated and or slain members of the other teams that did not make it through. And of the 5 teams, there will be 5 choices, and a new 6th team will be created and will be called Team Lich. So you get to choose amongst yourselves as a team who you will vote to bring back. Resurrected or just teleported back.
I tug on Canari's shoulder, and Umbran doesn't think this is strange, but just like quirks an eyebrow, like, is this wrong? This is wrong, right?
I think at the mention of like the potential for undead and like
Oh, they won't be
resurrect-
undead. Sorry.
What
Okay.
if they've been dead for like a really long time?
No, just from amongst the teams that were defeated in the previous level.
Got it. Okay.
In the previous level, just recently.
Yes.
So they would have been. So they'll either be resurrected or
What if we
Called
vote for
in.
somebody who doesn't want to come back?
I assume
Then you get to choose again.
the spirit has to be willing to come back if
Well, I mean, if we just
resurrected.
choose someone who's alive, like, it's not a big
Yes. Alive. Not alive. You need your decision by the end of day.
Are we assigned a team, or can it be from any of the
You
25 that fell?
Can choose from any of the 25. And
Oh no, I don't remember.
In the
any
morning.
of them.
we will announce who gets to come back.
Well,
So I'm gonna leave, and you all can discuss that. And I'm gonna do important liaison things. Goodbye now.
very,
Leaves.
very sure about that, Quentin. Okay, back Quentin. So, initial thoughts. Either somebody we like or somebody who sucks, right? Like,
Those are the options.
well, no, like, is not good at this thing. Is like bad at Dungeon Sphere.
Right. Someone who we think isn't going to be a threat, or somebody who we think we are friends with who might be able to help us.
Or we could put old grievances to rest one more time.
I don't want her to be brought back under any circumstances.
I'm
I bet
talking
she's
about
a-
Boy.
Oh,
Oh,
Boy
I
is
didn't know, but
boy.
he wasn't
He's
from
not.
the
He's
last-
not one of the ones. It's just one of the ones that were in level 4.
Yeah, because I was thinking it'd be a really great way to get their sister back, like without having to use the wish, but it has to be within the last level.
Maybe it was a sister.
Or
I don't
brother,
remember.
sorry.
I don't
couldn't
remember. I thought he
remember.
was
I don't remember either.
I thought he was a dude. That's
I'm
why I
just a
said your
dude.
son?
Dude.
Question mark?
Back to
Wow, that's rough though.
do we think it's worth trying to figure out who the other teams are thinking of bringing back?
I think it might just be worth having a backup choice.
Okay.
Should we, like maybe try to keep, oh my god,
Alright.
what?
Canari, do you mean in the sense of like the resulting team chemistry, or do you mean in terms of like what if we pick the same person?
I'm trying to predict what would mess up the other teams without screwing us over. So if Norma was brought back, that means that somebody is gunning for us from the other teams and trying to get Moxie killed. And I don't think we have many enemies, but, well, Egg.
I think more that we don't really know any teams that, like,
An idea.
were in with them.
Do we still have Sneebs' ring?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I don't have it in my inventory per se. I don't think I
think you said that you were gonna sell it, but like after you did talking to it, then we just didn't
yeah,
get to it.
and I think that was the main I was gonna hold on to it until then.
We could bring Sneebs back.
Mhm.
He could work for us. With so many options, Sneeb's chances of coming back are slim to absolutely none, unless he can convince us that he deserves it.
Could be really good leverage to get the information we want.
I don't know if I would trust him.
Well, Deb said that Sneebs would do anything to come back. Meta knowledge that Sneebs' whole thing being in the ring is he wants to come back. I mean, he did not seem particularly interested in Noramoth or her entire deal. Just, it was his easiest way to get into the dungeon sphere.
I'll talk with him this afternoon. I didn't have many other plans anyway.
Do we remember what he was a cleric of?
Order of could I have seen, because I had his holy symbol.
Mhm.
Because he had the amulet of the devout. What was it before it changed to Celestian?
It was the same god that Normak worships.
of greed and
Yeah. What did I name her? Ravashaba?
It starts with like a G or something.
yeah.
Ravashaba? Or something like that.
Do we want to see if we can use the party to suss out the other team's intentions? And
Well,
maybe...
we could always ask just our allies who they intend to bring back, because like I wouldn't want to accidentally bring back like Numa and secrets, right? Like without talking to some of our allies and being like, hey, maybe don't bring in like people we know hate us.
Well, I think I can talk to Gale and figure out what Jeannie's doing. If you guys want to, when you two want to talk to Zinnia, she probably tell.
Perhaps, yes, Canari or Vrexil heads over to Zinnia. Do we have an aim? I mean, I could attempt to ask Berutha. She might know.
I talked a lot with Team Giant's liaison yesterday. I mean,
I don't think their liaison would know, though.
No.
No, but isn't the other one? What's his name? Something. The Lady Killer. Would he know?
Slayer.
Lady Killer.
He would be easy to gain leverage on. Mostly because any one of the five of us could very readily throw him across the room.
I could try to ask that time. We're on better terms.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if Sneebs is one of our choices, who would the other be?
I don't think we want anybody from... If at all possible,
We don't want
we want them
from...
coming from each... We want one member from each of the different 5 teams. That way they have more difficulty meshing.
What if we brought back like Devlin Taylor?
Good old Devlin.
Probably doesn't want to come back, and I respect that a lot, which is why I didn't want to say it. But also, he didn't, of like that team, he didn't seem to hold animosity towards us. And if we could make sure that like we pick the person that came back from that team, I guess it doesn't matter. Because someone else could still bring Normok back, which is really my only concern.
Right.
The only person I could think doing that would be someone from team. God, they're not Nightwalker. What are they? What's Egg's team?
Hydra.
Hydra. Does he know that we have bad blood with Team Empyrean?
I think we have to assume that they do know that, yeah.
Sizzle... I know Sizzle had it out for me, but we had kind of reached an understanding by the end of everything.
What team was Sizzle on?
Imperium. But
we killed Sizzle, did we not?
Yeah, I think like pretty quickly.
He may be, as strange as it sounds, I don't know if we could get Sneeves if he's a worshiper of the same god that Normok is part of that same church. I don't... Faith is a hard thing to break or betray.
Is it, though, if your soul is stuck eternally inside of a ring?
Why don't we, okay, so I think we have enough ideas. Why don't we see who everyone else is maybe thinking about bringing back, and then we can make a choice from there, since we don't want to bring back someone from the same team, right?
Yes, should we split up? And we'll reconvene later.
Yeah.
Moxie, had you thought of speaking to anyone?
I mean, normally I don't speak to anyone, but what team is that one lady on with the pink hat?
Alaria, she's part of Team Hydra.
Ooh, maybe you can
I
sneak it out of there.
Would the two of us like to go to Team Hydra, and we'll have Braenna head to
Gale, that genie.
Gale and Scorndon.
I'll go to
So
Phoenix.
even more. And Rex will head to Phoenix. Canari, do you want to try your hand at Team Giant?
Oh, I could. I guess that's one that I could also do. I've talked to that one lady a couple times.
Hector?
Yeah.
Why don't you go to Team Giant through Hector? maybe under the guise of getting a card reading.
We did that yesterday, but
Will she do your reading twice? Do you want to switch? You go to Hydra for Ilaria, and I'll feign getting a card reading.
I was gonna talk to her like a normal person. I was gonna.
That might be more direct.
Yeah.
Why don't we just go direct? It's not.
If they don't want to tell us, that's fine. They might not. They were kind of like against working with anyone, but well, I'll try it out.
I'm gonna go figure out what's up with Sneeves.
So they're going to ask us who we're bringing back. Who are we going to say? If this is a conversation we're having with them.
I mean, for now,
we could say we're undecided, or we could feign one of the. We definitely don't want to tell them that we're trying to bring back a cleric. Maybe we feign someone from Team Nightwalker, who's had the problem of too many leaders.
We could say we want to bring back Normock just so we could kick her ass one more time. It might be calling a bluff in terms of the other teams.
And then no one else will do.
Pick her.
Oh, that's good. Yes, we'll say we're bringing back Normock.
Okay, I can work with that.
Mostly just for
these
revenge.
People.
Keep your enemies closer.
Or if we want to not do the the bluff, you could also just say we have questions for her.
Yeah. Which is honest.
I really do want to kick her ass again.
Oh, me too. I'm just saying.
Oh,
yeah.
Team Trent. Yeah.
This has been.
I completely forgot about Team Trent.
Well, okay, Bryke, I'm gonna go talk to Gale, and Braenna will go find
We never
Gale.
really talked to anyone on them, so.
You're not wrong.
Dev, this is a super random question. What stores are in where we are? Is it
Cledulius?
Just Cledulius,
right?
none of the other ones?
Yeah.
Okay. Could I, before we go talk to teams, go talk to Cledulius and see? I know it was one of the other. It's one of the other stores that had the prosthetic limb. But I'm wondering if maybe Cledulius would have the raw materials for Vrexil to make something like that on his own, a recreation of his arm that he already has.
On a second arm?
So you want the materials to be able to make a prosthetic limb?
Correct.
You go, and you ask, and he says, "Of course I have it! Who do you think I am?"
I think you're Claudulius Vanderlincan? Is that the name?
Yeah. Who's asking? Anyway, I have everything that you might need. And it's actually not that expensive compared to the magic items that I sell you.
Yeah, it's really not.
Yeah. So here, is there a price somewhere?
Prosthetic limps is 25 on the other shop.
Yeah, 25 gold pieces.
Okay. I'll pay that.
Alrighty-o. And then
Thank
he
you.
brings you all the stuff. Yeah. Use it for good reasons.
Are we dressed up to go talk to other teams, or have we put on like our usual attires?
That's up to you.
I think Braenna is in. She's still got like the coat on, but the fluffy shirt bit is gone. She's just wearing like a simple white tunic underneath and her normal pants.
What is what is like the itinerary for the is it like another party thing in the evening?
A free for all.
Okay, just wander and chat.
We
Yeah.
don't have to be fancy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Moxie would probably just be in like a slightly nicer version of her normal clothes then, where she's like mended it and it looks better. Yeah.
Umbran will put back on his usual white puffy shirt and his long black cape with a big purple bow on the back.
Canari will go back kind of in their like common room area. I'm assuming that's kind of where we've been chatting, but she'll head out into their like garden area and kind of sit and start meditating with the ring of mind shielding on her finger. I think I might have to break attunement to something, but I'll have time to reattune.
After an hour, you will hear Sneeves' voice.
Okay.
Hello, who's there? Hello, can anyone hear me?
Sneeves.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
This is Canari.
Canari. Yes, I remember. You killed me.
No, she didn't.
Someone killed me.
I
Yes.
was defending
Yeah.
myself because another person on your team desperately wanted to kill the rest of us. So
That's-
it was
That's okay. As you can see, I had a contingency.
right.
Please, take me to my church. They will resurrect me.
Well, about that.
Sneeves,
Yes.
there are a few questions I have. How did Team Empyrean get formed?
Does the status of my resurrection depend on if I answer these questions?
It does.
Okay. Well, Team Empyrean was formed when the church paid each of us to join the team. Or Mark herself paid for the team, chose each of us, and led the team into ruin!
Did you worship a different god before the church asked you to be on Team Empyrean?
Oh, well, I've always been a holy man. But, yes, I did decide that I would transition to a different train of consciousness. And there I ended up at Grubishas Church. You see, I am a man who enjoys a certain amount of luxury in life. I was hoping to get a wish to return me to my youth.
That's understandable. However, did you know what the motive was?
Yes! I had a property myself. I was gonna get so much money from that insurance. And
Canari is just like, you, in her, like, she's not talking to Sneeves, but she's just like thinking, just like, you.
But I was concerned that they were trying to make it overly complicated of a scenario for it to happen. There are much easier ways to make good, hard-earned cash. Why they pursued this course of action, I will never understand.
You and me both. How were you getting information about our team?
Well, you see, money stretches far. We were able to pay people working in the dungeon sphere, controlling the scrying orbs all around you to pass information as soon as they saw it. Can I tell you something?
Sure.
Yes, well, you see, I always had a little bit of a suspicion of Normock, as she was not a cleric, as one would expect, but a warlock. Why would one need to be a warlock if they worship a god?
Somebody's been watching World's Greatest Dungeon.
But it isn't much of a matter to me. Well, I mean, she was one who followed a celestial, but why choose a celestial below your god? It doesn't make any sense to me.
You had a direct connection with the god, then.
What? I did, yes!
Could it be that Celestial was trying to overthrow that god in order to become the new god, or...
No, the god of greed and the god of... whatever your god is, the god of... They wouldn't have any territory that they would be, both encroaching. No, I have another suspicion.
What is it?
Well, you see, there is a entity associated with the Dreaming Dark. One who might have been able to give her power. One that's not a god. I believe that there has always been more to the story.
Who is this? Who would you be thinking of?
Are you sure you want to know?
No, I have spent an hour, I don't know, trying to attempt to make contact with you through a ring, and your soul is here, and I could, I don't know, end that attunement at any time, and you could be left alone with your own thoughts. You know, this whole thing is, I can guide you to the afterlife. That's what...
No, I want to be resurrected and return to my youth.
Well, we all
Which
have
I appreciate. I do appreciate the offer from one cleric to another.
Yes, I want to know who this entity is.
Are you sure?
It affects me, Sneeves. Of course I want to know. It's my business. You've been snooping on the rest of us. It's now time for you to speak.
I will speak. Do you know the one named Sol Katash?
Would I have heard that name before, Dev?
Roll me a history check or a religion check.
I think my religion is much better. Yes, it is. Ooh, 27.
You know that Sol Katash is known as the Keeper of Secrets and the Queen of Shadows. She embodies the fears and superstitions surrounding magic, from malevolent warlocks to mad wizards, from deadly curses to magical power that draws those who wield it deeper into darkness. She empowers warlocks and whispers secrets into the minds of wizards and artificers. And few who are inspired by Sul-Katesh understand what forces they are dealing with, or recognize the danger inherent in her gifts. She has minions, many of them wizards and warlocks, but they are far and few between. And even though she may be a fiendish sort, as she is near as powerful as a god in some ways, especially lingering deep in the dreaming dark for so long, building up strength, that she may very well be a god. So the rumors say. And as long as she is bound by this silver flame, she can't physically manifest in the world. However, as their servants grow, so too does their strength. Potentially being able to break out to spread the dreaming dark across the material plane and take over the world. And eternal nightmares and shit.
Cracking this shit wide open.
What?
Oh god, there's more. There's so much backstory.
You were meant to be her vessel. Now resurrect me. Please! I've told you everything!
Well, there are a few issues with that. Number one, I do not have contact directly with your church, especially not in the dungeon sphere, but we have a proposition for you. You have the opportunity to be redeemed and resurrected. They're forming a new team in the sphere. We get to select who returns and who's resurrected. And
wait, the twist.
Yes, they're doing. Ratings must be down, or they're trying to. I don't know. They might be jumping the shark. It all gets into. It's up for debate. I haven't seen the ratings, but the point being, you would be our informant as an atonement, and for straying from the light of all that is good and holy in pursuit of greed and lesser ideals. A man of the faith can't be led astray. Greed has blinded you, Sneeves.
Are you sure? Well, I suppose it did lead me to my early demise. So who am I to argue? When I'm trapped in a ring at your mercy, I will swear off the church that I am a part of in the deity of greed, and instead, in his grace and mercy through you, I will serve Celestian. As long as I get to live. That's the best I got for you.
I'll let you know what the team decides, and I will speak with Celestian to see if he's willing to accept you.
He's not going to become a Twilight cleric, is he? Because if he does, that's going to be really bad for us if we have to fight him.
Hey, I'm in with my god. He's a newcomer.
I'm just saying,
No,
Canari,
I
you're
don't
really
think-
broken.
man.
We don't need one on another team.
You don't need another one. No.
All the temp HP.
All the temp HP.
Nightmare.
Wait,
That only gets my turn now.
there is one more thing
Okay, yes.
to prove my newfound allegiance. I will tell you. Moxie is dying.
What?
Every time she uses her light, she comes closer to death. This whole thing was to orchestrate her using up her light so that she would perish, inevitably make you lose control. Open up the gate and cause you to be consumed by the darkness.
All for insurance fraud.
Yeah, this is just so much for
All for
insurance fraud.
insurance fraud.
That's their story, and they're sticking to it.
Or Solkatesh's influence on the church. Maybe. Solkatesh was the god all along. But I'm just... What's the word when you... just throwing things to the wall?
See what
Speculating.
sticks.
Yeah, what did Wyatt say?
Speculating.
Speculating.
All right. Well, Sneeze, enjoy a rest, and I will speak with you when I am able.
Alright.
I may also suggest sitting in prayer and thinking of a different deity. Celestian is not one for redemption.
Okay, I will serve a different god. I think I have one in mind. Do you want to know who?
Sure, why not? We can always talk religion.
All right.
Let me workshop with you. I got a couple of gods I'm thinking of going to.
I love this. This is
Well, I
so ridiculous.
We're gonna have a new grandpa, guys. I'm so excited.
Oops, all grandpas.
Oops,
gonna be the team.
grandpas.
Team Lich, oops, all grandpas.
Well,
We only pick the old people to come back.
actually, don't know what god.
I want that orc guy with a turban. I don't know who he is, but he is dope as hell.
He
He
looks
can be our
fun,
other
yeah.
grandpa.
Can we convince the other teams for the meme to do this?
Look, we have an exciting proposition for you guys, old people.
They gotta get the number ratings up with the 60 and above category.
That's where they get the true ratings and the true money.
Ooh, is this Solkatash?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
They look cool.
Oh no, it's beginning.
Canard's like, yeah, I'm down with it.
I guess they could take over my body.
I could be corrupted, maybe.
Yeah.
It's a treat. It'd be fun. No.
Tall, dark, and wispy. Ooh.
Ooh.
Tall, dark, and wispy.
Okay. Yeah, Canari and Sneeze talk for a bit before.
Okay, but what god are we gonna make him go to? That's really what I want to know.
Did we pick one, or can we pick one for him? We should make him the shittiest cleric. Like, what's
No.
the worst cleric
No,
to be?
I was just trying to look up, like,
I might-
one that would make sense.
I might just go back to Bahamut.
You know what? Bahamut. Bahamut is a pretty good one. Of all the ones, I feel like
Yeah.
that's you.
Better than going to Tiamat.
Yeah, except. Oh yeah, there is also Tiamat.
No, that's
Oh,
not
right. I
redemption.
think
That's
I've-
just further down the path of evil.
Maybe I think I got it.
Okay.
Are you gonna unattune and leave me in the silence?
I'll keep you around for now.
Thank you,
Wait.
Canari.
Who is he going with?
But
TBD, I think.
Okay.
Maybe
Oh.
Bahamut.
maybe
I'm
Bahamut.
not looking up all the gods.
Not yet.
Soon. Surprise another Eldath.
All right, let's move on to next person who wants to go.
Well, I'm talking to Gale. Again.
I'm talking to Hector, right? I think I can go.
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna do theater of mind for this one because it's very specific. Braenna, Ironbeard.
Yes.
You go searching for Gale, and you find her on the balcony. Birds flying all around. She's whistling a tune with them. Just songbirds. And she sees you arrive, and the birds all land on the balcony railing. And they all whistle a greeting at you. Or something like that.
Tries to whistle back, probably poorly.
And a 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3. And then Gale will start conducting the birds to start like doing a little tune. It kind of sounds like a morning wake up song kind of thing. I make sure that we go through our choral arrangement every morning. I believe it starts the day off right.
That's a very fun way to open up the morning, Gale.
Can I help you?
Yeah, so did you hear about the twist?
Oh yes, the twist. We already made up our minds.
Oh really? Who you guys thinking of?
There was a lad on Team Kraken. One who seemed like maybe they needed another chance. The one named Nino. He had a scarf, 7 tentacles. We had a chance encounter with him, and he seems quiet but quite pleasant. And we I don't know, maybe we felt like he would be a good one to bring. Call it intuition, I think. Actually, it was Claude who said we should bring back Nino.
Oh,
when
really?
We asked Claude, yeah. When we asked Claude said it's because he still hasn't seen his face, or their face, and
I mean that's a
it's
good
a mystery.
reason as any.
And Reginald said that he had a good feeling about it.
Braenna will kind of walk up be up next to her.
Who are you choosing?
We're kind of undecided, but we're thinking maybe Normok.
Gale takes a step away from you, and the birds just.
Because we would like to have words with her.
I mean, be that as that may, is that a good idea?
I don't know. It wasn't really my thoughts. But I don't really know who to bring back because I like all the people here already. So I was like, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know. I think the whole thing's kind of silly, but it's
I
fine.
think that you are a good judge of character, and that you should go with your guts. Whoever you think deserves a second chance.
I usually
Gale
let the
comes up to you and grabs your hands,
Okay.
and then looks at you straight in the eyes, and we all just have to do our best to remain good people while we're in the dungeon sphere. Because it can get to us. And Reginald said that is our priority. Maybe I can pass it along to you.
I like to think I'm a good person.
I do too. And then she hugs you and then calls the birds back. Some of them fly up her sleeves. Anything else?
I don't know. Let's just chit chat for a while, hey?
For a while, hey. And then they chit chat for a while.
Yes.
And then, who's next?
Vrexil's gonna go find Cypress.
You will find Cypress. She doesn't come out for. You look all over the place for her. You can't really find her, and you're just scratching your head. And then you come back to the foyer, and there's Cypress walking out. hair a mess, just all tangled together. She's like blindly reaching around. What happens? Where's coffee?
Here. Let me help you.
Who's it? Oh, sorry, you're just short.
Finally, a woman after my own heart.
I'm sorry. I might have had a little too much to drink last night.
Yeah, Vrexil's gonna cast Enhance Ability and just give Cypress a little bear's endurance to just kind of help, slow off the hangover. Oh, jeez.
Oh no. Vrexil was like, no, I think we're good now, thanks.
And then she slaps us. Maybe not so much. She stumbles into the curtains next to her.
For you, Dev.
You decided to choose the most chaotic member of the team. Yes.
Is Cypress still missing an arm from their fight with Team Sphinx?
The arm has actually been replaced by what appears to be a completely wooden arm that fuses into the skin as it goes up. Usually it's covered, but now it's there's like loose sleeves, and so it slides back, and there's no gloves or anything, so you see wooden arm, knots and all.
That's really fascinating. Is that your work?
No. We actually made a deal with somebody on one of the islands. Yeah. Essentially, I saw someone that was made of wood. I'm like, that's really cool. And they're like, well, it appears that like you could use some wood. That's not an innuendo. I'm so sorry. And then
it just goes entirely over Vrexil's head.
Yeah.
Like, you could use some wood. This is true.
Yes. And so they actually put this like strange seed into my arm, and then the seed sprouted and just grew a new arm. I was fucking twisted. I loved it.
Oh, well, I heard about what had happened, and so I just I pulls out the other prosthetic arm that he has made in a replica of his own. If that ever doesn't work out, I get it.
Oh my goodness. She gets closer to you, and she just puts her hand right on top of your messy head. You are a lifesaver. Dealing with the bugs in this thing has been driving me insane. And she grabs it, and then she rushes back into her team's room, or at least moves to go do that.
Oh no.
Right. Okay. Vrexil will just see if Zinnia is and just kind of will like fall after and like. Okay. Enjoy that. If you want it, just let me know. If I need.
Do you need help amputating your tree arm, or are you gonna do that yourself?
If you need like a firmware update, just hit me up. Just okay.
The door closes, but then it opens back up, and Illimar appears.
No. Hi.
I'm sorry. Have you seen my sister around?
Have I?
Yeah, it's Cypress.
Illimar's sister, Cypress.
I have Illimar as a wood elf. Oh no.
They're both
wood elf, half siblings.
Yeah.
I had full I'm changing my notes. Elf, wood
He pulls out his notebook and he's like, wait.
Wait.
Yeah, I think they might be about to cut their arm off, so might want to go.
Oh.
The wood one, though, maybe. Just fine.
I mean, I don't know at this point.
Okay.
Well, she has been complaining about the bugs. Termites,
Have you seen Zinnia?
Zinnia, yeah. She actually, where did she say she was Well, so I think she's in one of the private lounges. I think she went in there because we were told about a twist, but everyone was still sleeping except her, and she said that she was just gonna go do some, what does she call them, pros and cons lists?
So just kind of let her figure that out. That's probably a smart move.
Yeah, Brent said that she's the smart one. She's the smart one. She can go do all the thinking. The rest of us are here for other reasons. You know, we're each specialized in our own ways.
That makes sense. Well, I'll let you take care of the amputation happening back there. I'll
Wait a minute. What did you come around for?
Oh, just kind of holds out the arm. I just, I felt bad about the arm thing. I don't know why I felt bad. It wasn't my fault.
Did you give my sister an arm?
Maybe.
Are you infatuated with her?
I tried a ring.
First rings, now arms.
I don't know what else to give.
Yes, Vrexil, people just don't normally give gifts like that. It's not something that people do in the sphere. So
I just thought, I know what it's like, and it sucks. So
empathy looks good on you.
Thanks. It's nice. It just it's. I just wanted to make sure that they were comfortable. I thought it's the best we can do.
Anyway. Well, I mean, if you need it, my sister, she's been researching and communing with nature and such to try and find some way to regenerate the arm. She's believes that she's close. So if you do need that, and we end up in a checkpoint together, or you need anything, just let me know. Or let her know. Let us both know.
I will be sure to get in touch.
Yeah. Oh, and can you do me a favor?
Yeah. What's up?
Does Moxie like girls?
I will have to ask her that question.
All right. Well, when you figure it out, let me know. She brushes her lip.
Oh.
I will send her your way with that intelligence.
Elmar is DTF.
Now I need to go make sure that my sister only gets the wood, not the skin.
Yeah, definitely.
She leaves.
Give some instructions.
She leaves.
As she's leaving.
Yeah, and then Vrexil will go find Zinnia real quick.
In the private lounges, you will actually see 10 separate doors in this almost straight hallway. There's not a door at the end, there's just a mirror. It's a decently sized hallway, like 10 feet. And then you will see that most of them are open except one.
Zinnia, are you in there?
At first you hear, Brent, Locke, I said that I would have a decision by nightfall. Not nightfall. Evening. Not immediately.
I can pass that information on to Brentlock. I'm so sorry.
Oh my God, come in. It locks from. She rushes up. You hear her rush up behind the door and go and unlock the door and let you in.
So decision, huh? I heard the rest of your team is still not quite. They're letting you handle it.
As they do.
Yeah.
Well, what brings you in. And feel free to help yourself to any of the fruits and the vines. And those mushrooms over there are all edible. And the tree has walnuts.
Oh wow, I'm looking at the map now. Oh, wow.
And so this room has a bunch of like just fresh snacks that grew. This is extravagant, much better than last year's lounges. Last year's lounges had.
Vrexil will partake.
Yeah. She runs and jumps onto this pile of pillows over here.
Yeah. So I mean that twist that they're talking about. It sounds like your team's just leaving it up to you. Is anybody lobbying one way or the other?
We're having a difficult. I'm having a difficult time with it. Who are you choosing? Maybe we can coordinate.
Yeah, honestly, we don't really know yet. We still have questions for Normock. Also, I think some of us would just like to keep punching her. So there's that.
But how would that get you closer to winning the Dungeon Sphere?
Motivation? I don't really know. I just think...
I feel like your team has been really distracted by a lot of stuff. I'm not gonna lie. We might have struggled on that sea level, but I mean, water mixed with a fire team, it's difficult. But I mean, your team seems to be pretty distracted. I hope that's not too fourth.
Well, in their defense, they're distracted because of the things that motivated them to come here in the first place. So, I think for them it's all pointing in the same direction. And speaking of that, I was thinking a little bit about what you said the other night, and Vrexil's gonna cast See Invisibility.
All right.
Are there any little orbs in here?
Nope, you were informed by Quentin that this is not live streamed, not okay. Recorded or anything. Okay. So, just for double security, though, you check and there's nothing around.
Okay. Yeah. I think you're right. I think there are things here that we need to know more about. And as for my wish, and then Soren is gonna come off of Vrexil's chest where he was like...
Oh, that's so cute!
And Soren has a little note in his beak and just sort of and drops it. If anybody but you reads that, it's not gonna make any sense to them, and Vrexil kind of puts behind his ear a fancy new emerald pen. But just in case, it's got a little puzzle for you. Once you figure that out,
I love puzzles.
If you think that we're of a like mind, this is just think of this as my answer to your question.
The weasel pokes out from behind her shoulder. Boomy wants to know if he can read it too.
Boomy can read it too. It's gonna make even less sense to you, but it's okay. And just to expound on what this is, the note is written with illusory script. So anybody who's not Zinnia, it's gonna look like gibberish. But even for Zinnia, it's gonna look like gibberish in Gnomish. And so I posted in the chat what it is. And Vrexil will just leave her to decode that because he is incredibly paranoid that somebody else is going to see it on a hidden camera somewhere, and he doesn't want that. But Dev, I can send you what it is if you want.
I kind of want to try and figure it out. All codes come with a key. Do you have a key? Or like at least like one thing that like tells you.
Yeah. Soren just kind of looks very meaningfully at Zinnia and then flies back to Vrexil.
I could show you how to make your bird explode
Explode.
Oh, thanks. I don't want that.
Vrexil like coughs on a mushroom like.
Yeah, like you do with Boomy.
I think we've had enough of explosions for a while. I think.
Okay.
And you see like burn marks over one of Soren's wings, just like. I think we're good.
I think that the smartest plan for our team is to pick someone who's not a threat. Bringing back someone based on emotions will probably end up bringing back someone who might actually be good at this. And it's much more reasonable in my mind to bring back the most inexperienced of all those who have been defeated, and that means that I'm gonna probably bring back that owl, Samson Hutechski. He doesn't have a mini, but he was the owlkin who had replaced Trix and Slipskip on Team Train.
Yeah. Okay.
See, he has the least experience, and so he deems the least threat to us.
Do you know what he wanted here?
I think something about. I can't tell you.
Personally, I haven't really spoken up on this yet, but I think we should make sure that anyone that we bring back, at least for my team, that we know what they want here. You know?
That's also a good point.
If they've got like a deep personal vendetta, then, you know, they're gonna be really motivated, and we want to maybe not give them that chance. If they're just gonna do something weird like commit insurance fraud, then I don't know. It's fine, I guess.
I mean, a nice insurance payout and a guaranteed flight.
Oh my god, did everyone go to the same seminar?
Pyramid schemes and you.
Yeah, right?
Exactly. I think that Samson's wish, it definitely wasn't related to revenge or anything. I think it was a lot more subdued than that.
Well, I think we'll definitely be sure. I don't want to speak for my team, but we'll, I think, let you know before we come to a decision, or before we make the decision. Once we come to a decision, let you know. That feels like a good thing for us to do. Oh, and by the way, Cypress might be chopping their arm off. So.
Oh my gosh! Zinnia runs out of the room. And then we're gonna actually stop for tonight. And then we will resume next week and head into level 5.
Hopefully.
No.
So a lot of
Good
stuff
night,
to
everyone.
do.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's still a lot of stuff to do, but you're at least gonna go into level 5 because I'm gonna make you.
You're gonna make us? Okay, well, we better get.
Are we gonna level up again?
After level 5.
Follow. Subscribe. Come back tomorrow for Patsy or Monday for
Tomorrow
Rosalie?
for Patsy.
Tomorrow for Patsy.
Pink.
Yes. Bye.